thing in that list. But anyway, it's looking like there's a positive outcome.
Mr. Reitinger.
Quick question on buses. My recollection is we'd gone to leasing buses as opposed to purchasing. Is that correct?
It's a lease purchase over 4 years, I think, is 5 years.
But when you look historically, we've been very uneven in terms of even when we lease them, right? So to smooth our lease payment and not have peaks and valleys in the fleet age, it would be great if we could smooth it.
Anything else on this? Okay. So if not, then we'll move to 3.06, City Council Budget Partners. I sent an email to all the members over the weekend. This is, for a little bit of context from Ms. Downs and Ms. Dimick, this is pairing up board members with council members to be able to have conversations about budget request, about the budget situations that they're dealing with and context across the city, just to really have a dialogue back and forth. And so we've got an email out to the members to with some groups and folks to reach out. So I encourage you to reach out to all of your budget partners. Just to echo briefly what Dr. Noonan just said, there's signals that are along the lines of very positive related to that budget revenue framework sharing additional revenue. And be really careful, that's not all of the different types of surplus that the general government is talking about. It's really just that one piece, but there's some good signals there. So please, I encourage you guys to reach out to your partners and start that dialogue about budget, and use it as a platform to have a dialogue about other things as well to help us all with the context for the city. So thanks. And if there are any questions that come out of that one, certainly contact me or Ms. Russell about questions, and we're happy to have a chat. So, and then that takes us down to the item that Ms. Russell's motion added, which is 3.07, discussion of board liaison, and in particular this I think is chorus, right?
Right.
Yeah. Ms. Russell.
So I think everyone here knows that recently the chorus organizations at the elementary, middle school, and high school formed their own SAO, a choral SAO. And so the question came up from Ms. Litton whether there should be a liaison for that SAO. And Mr. Anderson and I both agreed that that was an excellent idea, but we just wanted to bring it to the board and get everybody's feedback. And I think from what I understand, we have to agree as a group that that's something that we want to add to our liaison list.
Yeah, I think what we'd like to have here is sort of a sense of the board on this topic. Does it feel like an appropriate thing to add a liaison to chorus boosters? And then if it were, when we come to approve the full slate of liaison assignments at our meeting in February, it'd be the chance that we would actually formalize that it exists and put somebody in that place. It's really just kind of a sense of the board on this one at this point.
I guess given that there is a band liaison, I think it makes sense to have a choir liaison too. So I would support adding it as a liaison position.
I'm seeing a sense of nods or at least silence. All right, so then I think I have a sense of the will as being yes, this is something we'd like to do. And so when we come to the full slate in February at our meeting, it'll be on that list. So,
Okay.
All right.
And then I guess just with regard to liaison assignments, I have received all of them except for one. Who? Hey, I wasn't gonna say your name, Lawrence. I was just gonna look at you meaningfully, but.
I think I thought I sent it to you this evening before I came in, but then I just looked at my email. I just kind of sent it back to myself.
Yeah. All right. We'll go with that. So anyway, so Greg and I will get together and we'll start looking at everybody's requests and trying to reconcile them and figure out from there where to go. So.
Thanks very much. Is there any other business that anybody wants to questions that folks would like to ask at this point briefly? Otherwise, we've reached the end of the meeting. But Ms. Dimick.
I would like to put in a plug for Saturday night's middle school PTA fundraiser. If you have a middle schooler, consider attending.
Thanks, and I will put out a reminder to everybody of our retreat coming up on the 6th of February. Looking forward to seeing us all there, and we are fortunate that that Gina Patterson from VSBA is going to come and be able to provide us some facilitation and lead us through a day. We've been going through the list of topics that I had heard from folks when we had our conversations over the past few weeks, and soon there'll be an agenda coming forward for you all to look at and give thoughts to, and then form the basis for that retreat on the 6th. So it'll be in the afternoon on the 6th of February over at the Hilton Garden Inn. So thanks, and unless there's anything else and not seeing anything else, I will say the meeting's adjourned. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.